All right, and now I'm going to do sports. That's an alert, by the way. Watch out. ESPN is under fire after yanking a commentator named Robert Lee. ESPN is now issuing a statement about that, taking him off the game. Among our Charlotte production staff, there was a question as to whether, in these divisive times, Robert's assignment might create a distraction, or even worse, expose him to social hectoring and trolling. In other words, he decided he would get off the game. It wasn't according to ESPN. Who's with us on this? I'll tell you. Former NFL Super Bowl champ and author of Liberalism, great guy, Burgess Owens. Burgess, welcome back to the program. Good to see you, sir.
Stuart, good talking with you again. Looking forward to our chat for sure.
I know you want to talk about Kaepernick and the knee, but address ESPN first of all. It seems to me like they're throwing this guy under the bus. What say you?
Well, I think more importantly, it's kind of a sign of the times that we are. You know, the name of the book that I came out with is Liberalism: How do you turn good men into whiners, weenies, and wimps. And unfortunately, when I think back on the generations of past, the great men and women who get our country to where it is, we have turned into a true society of whiners, weenies, and wimps. Everybody's concerned about being, their feelings being hurt. And if I can just say this real quickly, Stuart, because I think it's relevant to our conversations. I have a very proud history. I have a great-great-grandfather, Silas Burgess, who came to this country in a belly of a slave ship in 1848. By age 8, he was orphaned. He was able to escape through the Underground Railroad with the help of German and Mexican Americans, and was able to die as a successful entrepreneur, owner of 100 acres of property, paid off in 2 years, the founder of the first black church, the first black elementary school in that area of Texas, and a proud American. And I'll say one thing that about him and everyone else from that point, from my ancestry. We were not concerned about what other people thought. We were not so sensitive that we would do flips over the fact of being addressed in a negative way. We have to get back to our basics and be proud of who we are, proud of our history. And to say the least, we'll talk about our flag, but our flag says a lot about who we are. And our basic principles and what we need to do.
Which brings us to the Colin Kaepernick situation. His supporters were all over the NFL offices Wednesday calling for a boycott of the NFL until such time as Kaepernick is hired by somebody to play. What do you make of all this, this furore about kneeling, taking the knee during the anthem?
And I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about this because this is, in essence, what makes our country what it is. There's a spiritual connection we have as Americans. People probably don't realize it, but 9/11 flags are everywhere because we have a connection with a flag that spiritually gives us a commitment to our God, our family, and our country. And at the end of the day, what it says to me, what's going on right now, is this is a second chance. Our country is all about second chances, and for November 8th, it gave black Americans a chance to get back into our community and do what's not been done. When I see these young men that are kneeling, do not appreciate the fact they're millionaires, that they have opportunities to do great things, is because we have not done our job. Excuse me. The left has focused on us for decades. It's now time for black conservatives particularly to look at these young men and help them they have great hearts. But they have a lousy education. They've not been taught about God. They have no family. The dads are no longer around. We need to get back in that community and teach our kids how great our country is, what their opportunity is. And they have a second chance like we all do. That's what makes our country great.
Burgess, to digress for a second, are you, as a black conservative, are you ostracized? Are you insulted in any way? Are you trolled on the internet?
Well, it's the price you pay. And guess what? My dad taught me one great lesson. You don't worry about being liked. Just be worried about being respected. And if we have more Americans who feel more strongly about our family, our God, and our country, who cares what other people think and what other people say? At the end of the day, we're here to make a difference for those who truly want to experience the American way. And our black community needs to experience the dream like they did back when I was growing up. We need to take it back from the left and get back and go to work and be proud of who we are, be proud of that flag that flies and gives us a chance every single day we see it, that we can be hopeful for another great future and a better tomorrow.
Burgess, before we close, would you repeat the title of your book? I know it, I like it, but I want our audience to hear it. Go.
Liberalism: or how to turn good men into whiners, weenies, and wimps. And it's a great story of American history and how we've done this together. We have done this together, guys, not as one race or another, but together. That's what Americans all about.
You're all right, Burgess Owens. You really are. Thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate it.
Good man.
Yeah.